Hey all, I wanted to make a really quick video before we started to move further into this project and we started to get a lot more code. Um, I've had problems in the past where you are working on things and then you can't figure stuff out, and then you're trying to revert your changes, and this will happen on some personal projects where you can't actually revert back. So what I wanted to actually do today is let's just really quickly have a small Git primer. Git is probably the most common version control system, and it just really makes it. Think of it like every time you work on your code base, it just gives you a way to go back and see the history of how your code actually changes. So typically we would be hooked up to something like GitHub or GitLab or some Git server somewhere. We're just going to run something locally. And I typically will run Git from the terminal, and we're just going to do a Git init, and we've got nothing. We're not actually going to be hooked up. So this is very much going to be just a way for us to each video we can work on things, and if we get lost, we will be able to revert back. And so we'll actually see some of these commands, and the typical way that we're going to work is we'll have our master branch. Every video will make a branch. We'll work on changes in that branch, and once we're done, we'll go and merge that branch back into our master branch. Eventually, we will be able to we will push our branches into some type of version control, um, into some, whether it's GitLab, GitHub, something like this. Our tests will be automatically ran every single time, and then if they pass, then they'll be eligible to be pushed back into master. But for now, we're not going to worry about that we're going to be strictly using this as version control and making sure that we don't mess up our project. So we've already git init. We'll see everything is now red in our ID, and that's because they're just all new files. So this is not really a huge Git primer to understand all of Git. However, I think even this short video will be pretty helpful. And as you watch the rest of these series, you should be able to see how to work with Git on an everyday basis. So if we look at Git status, you'll see, let's add a Git ignore. These are all of our files that have actual changes. So there's a couple files immediately that I see that we don't want to. I don't want Git to my ID to manage these things for me. So we want to ignore ID. We don't want anything there. When ignore to do, and now if we look at our status, you can see this is being ignored now. And so all these files, we also want to ignore anything that is node modules. And let's see if we do git status. Now our node modules are also not being included. You can tell by that little yellow. So for now, what we're going to do is essentially you'll add the changes that you want. So in order to, we had a blank Git, and what we want to do is we want to just, let's merge all of our changes currently, and that'll be our base. So you'll actually tag all the changes that you want to add typically, and that's what this add is. This is just a file match, so we just want to match every file that's within the entire streaks folder, and we're just going to commit everything. We're just going to say an initial commit for now, and that's it. We're not going to be doing anything else in the future. And I guess our branch here is main and not master, so sometimes they're main, sometimes it's master. What we're going to be doing too is a very brief understanding of the workflow of branching. we will be doing something like this in future videos. We'll be checking out a new branch, and you'll have this. This is shorthand because the branch is new, and we'll have a feature 1. Now we're in a new branch. We'll do some changes. Maybe we'll do this. We'll see our changes. So if I do status, you'll see. If I do diff, get diff, you'll see that I actually changed these. And then we can actually do something like, let's add that. Let's commit it. Sample test, or sample commit to show how reverts work. So we could push this. Oh, we're not going to push because we don't have GitLab. What we'll do is we have this change now. Now, if we go back to our main branch, you'll see it goes away. So we can merge in our feature branch, and you'll see that forward. Now, if we want to actually revert that back, we can go ahead and take that merge and actually revert it back. You'll see it go away. So, like I said, we're going to try to start doing this in future videos just for protection, but then also we will really be utilizing this a lot to get our tests automated and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'll see you in the next one, and looking forward to getting our database stuff up and running and schemas up. See ya.